you can hear all the girls screaming. It's 10 o'clock. I'm a little late. Slow rolling it a little bit this morning. I've been working in the house. Laundry, that kind of thing. Saturday is usually my clean the house day. Sorry, the cats have murdered something and it's just trying to decide if that was like hairball vomit that had blood in it, but it looks like it's intestines of something. So they're really mad and they're loud and just trying not to be in a hurry. They won't die. They think they will, but they won't. We gotta mow today, the back of the yard, and then hoping this is gonna be our last mow this season because it's gonna be 49 degrees on Monday, and the high is like 60, which is amazing, and I'm really excited. So today, I'm gonna mow. This is the situation. Oh, Hank. I'm gonna mow and then I'm going to have this, let me show you real quick so that it will make sense. This area between the barns. And my hope is to fence this off somehow today with that panel and that panel. Temporarily input a few girls in here and see if they'll just knock it down. It's mostly pigweed, so they eat pigweed, but I don't know, it's so overgrown, I don't know how much of it they'll eat. That's kind of my hope. And then Twiz is in heat. Sounds like Nani's in heat. And Pixie's in heat. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw my video of Twiz throwing her head back. And so my hope is to go ahead and breed them. I really wanted to wait until next week, but their cycle's 21 days. And I think I would rather, I'm gonna have so many in heat in the next 2 days, I can just tell to just go ahead and get them bred. And if we're very last week of February, first week of March, so be it. Okay, let's go feed the pigs. So what I'm gonna do is Twiz, the problem that I'm gonna have today is Twiz, Nani, and Bunny all need to be bred to the same buck. Who is Luke. And I think he should be able to breed all three of them throughout the day today and that not be an issue. We're gonna kind of see how that goes. Twiz may have already lost her standing heat. She was in standing heat yesterday. We'll see. Nani for sure is ready to go. And Twiz is my one that I can kind of decide to do something different with her. All your bowls are like scattered. Let's just dump it on the ground today. She can be bred to bean. She's been bred to bean the past 2 years. We've got worm link today. I love that like this goes on, and this dude always has his own bowl. Petunia's gonna be big one day, man. Hi, kitten. So, Nani and Bunny need to be bred to Luke because they're pretty closely related to Bean. Bean came from the same farm as they came from. And we had kind of an odd kid one year. It was hairless, it didn't have any eyes. With that breeding with Bunny and Bean, so I like to breed them with Luke. I really was pleased with the babies last year. Yeah, I mean, not even interested at breakfast, already out here. So, we'll see. So what we'll do, I don't know, is lock them up in this pen, and then, I don't know, leave them for an hour or two, and then I'll swap out what girl. So because this is going to be an all-day thing, I've got to set some water up. I'm going to have to move the pig water out of this pen so that everybody will have some water. And then I've got a worm link, and I had planned on moving him to be with the girls today, and we still may do that, but we may move him to the little pasture next to them because I don't really want to worm him and then be exposed to it. My concern is that the reason he's got muddy poop is because he's being mounted almost constantly. So if I move him, just isolate him for a couple of days, he acts fine, but he's definitely had some weight loss. So yeah, so we'll see how all that goes. And so probably what I'll do is bring Nani over here first and kind of watch Twiz and see if I feel like she's still in standing heat. I may have missed my opportunity yesterday, and that's okay. These tomatoes have they just keep coming. It's a little muddy. And if we've missed that cycle, that's fine. We'll try to catch her on the next one. But I'm gonna have 5 or 6 girls. Also something to consider. I'm gonna have 5 or 6 girls all go into heat. It's really muddy. At the same time, sorry, there's mud, and I think maybe that spigot is leaking. Then I don't really want to have them all kidding at the same time. So there's that as well. I only have 2 stalls, so I don't need 6 girls. They won't kid on the same day, even if they're bred on the same day, more than likely. But ooh, spider web. That would be unfortunate. And I usually like my girls to have a few days to themselves with their babies before we turn them out. All of this has got to be cleaned out. Look at this mud. Have to wash all this out. Hi, Hank. Okay, so here they are on their date. He's already actually successfully mounted her. I couldn't even get her in the door. So this is just basically what we do. And I'll leave them together for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and I'll come back and kind of check on her. She's letting him out. She's doing all the things she's supposed to. They're in this little pen. Some of the girls are kind of shy and won't let the buck mount if I'm standing here. So always make sure to give them an hour and not me. And poor Bean, he's standing here like, oh no. This is kind of the decision that you have to make is, we gotta go turn this water off real quick. It's probably overflowing down here. Is I can take him over to the barn and lock them in the barn, or I can bring her here. I have found the most success in doing this. They're gonna grumble at each other a little bit, but for the most part, what happens is if I take them over where the other girls are, they get very distracted and can't focus on one goat. So I was filling up the pig pool and I totally forgot about it. So I bet there's water everywhere, which is, yeah, not a huge deal. It's going to be probably the last warm day that we have. So the pigs will probably enjoy that. But I had to clean all the icky mud. Oh, looks like it had just spilled over, so that's good. All the mud out of this. And I moved Petunia's water bowl over here. Just because they don't tend to get in this water bowl. Oh. As much, so it doesn't get as dirty. So now everybody who's not in, because that pen is where all the water is. Typically, everybody else has water. So. They're so funny. Goats are hilarious. Breeding, just, yeah, she's talking. She's like, okay, enough. And kind of what I like to look for with all this is that she's got some semen on her butt. Now she's dripping at this point. And I don't know if that's pee. He's so pumped. So yeah, we're just gonna leave him here for a little bit. I'll take her back and she'll smell really great. And we might notice that there are a few more in heat. But she's definitely in standing heat, so she's allowing him to mount and not running away from him. This should be good. Alright guys, I'm gonna go in and finish the laundry and then we'll call curfew on you. Okay, so here's Twiz, who is, see this tail? She's definitely still in heat. You see Daisy's kind of interested, but I'm not seeing any tail wagging. We got Pixie. No. And this one's like all up in business. This one's got her hackles up, but that's just typical. Nothing. Like, this thinks I'm the boyfriend at this point. So I'm wondering kind of about Bunny. The problem with Bunny is that she's kind of lower on the totem pole and she's probably a little bit afraid of getting knocked around. Cece was in heat a couple of days ago, so I'm pretty confident she's not. No interest from this one. Twiz is still on my heels. We'll see about you. No, we're interested. I don't see any tail flapping. I really felt like yesterday we just may have missed it with you. Which is fine, because this definitely can get bred today. And then I'll get 2 off our list. Alright, crazies. Okay, so this is my, yep. So I can't stand here. It doesn't have a T-post in it, which means if she decides to stand on it, she can knock it over. But it was working really well until that moment, because she's awful. So I've got Daisy, Zelly, Nani, and Cece in here. And I think they're enjoying all of these things to eat, but we'll see. The big thing is her not standing on the fence. Should keep it from falling over. These guys are mad because everybody else got a treat. And so I just gave them a little bit of grain, which is probably why she stood up there. So we'll see how long this will last. I'm gonna mow. So I'm hoping they will stay in there at least until I can get like this section mowed and just trample it down some. Really, it would be great if I could get all 10 of them in there. I don't think the fence would survive that because it's just not hooked to anything. It's just propped up. And Twiz, when I was moving those guys, escaped and ran over here. So she's getting her turn. Yeah, Daisy just knocked it over again. Goats. Okay, so should not have had Daisy in here. She probably is the best one to plow this stuff down because she's the biggest. But she's also kind of super naughty. So we're down to Bunny and Nani, who should be good girls. If we can't keep the two of them in here, it's probably not gonna work. And they're still eating all the grain that I dumped out. Probably put Twizzy over here when she's done with her date. And then maybe Cece. Cece's pretty chill. So we'll see if that will work. It may not. They may still stand on it and knock it over, but they're at least smaller goats. So now I'm gonna get on the mower. I'm gonna leave her in here for now. They've been in here probably for 10 or 20 minutes, for 10 minutes. This is your boyfriend. Look at all those nice things he's saying to you. I haven't watched, so I don't know if he's been successful. She normally breeds with Bean, so it may take her a little bit to get comfortable with him. And we also may have missed our opportunity, but she ran right over here to him. So we'll leave her for a little bit, at least 30 minutes. Okay, so that wasn't a total failure. I think we got both of those girls bred. I got the grass mowed, and I actually got Link moved over with the girls, which was a small feat in its own. He is super skittish. Just didn't handle him. His whole point was just to be a buddy for the bucks. Actually for Bean, because I didn't have Luke and I didn't want Bean in here by himself, because all goats need a friend. But now that I have 2 bucks, it just wasn't good, especially during a rut. This was the first year that he's been here. He was here during fall rut last year, but Luke hadn't been here. We didn't get Luke until I think October, end of September and October. We immediately started breeding. I think that was helpful. Bean is not super aggressive by himself, and he's not with people. But the 2 of them together in that poor little weather, he was just being attacked a lot, all day, every day. So he's over here with the girls. My hope was to keep him in a pen by himself because he's had this runny poop. And again, this is gross. But I don't know if his runny poop is because he has worms or because he's being mounted so much. Could be either. He's not a girl. So he's over here. And my little weed eaters are over here. You see Cece in there. Maybe. Here. So I tried Twiz when I got her from Luke. That didn't work. She went through under here. But Nani and Bunny and Cece are in here. And they're doing a good job, aren't ya? They're not real happy about being in here, but they're doing great. They're doing great. So, this probably would take them a week to completely eat down, and that's not really what my goal is. My goal is for them to eat and trample. And that was kind of why I wanted Daisy in here, because she would walk on it and knock it down. But she is too mischievous. So these three girls are pretty chill. Cece super food motivated. And Bunny and Nani neither are troublemakers at all. So these guys don't get a turn. Poppy probably would do fine. And Pixie would probably do fine, but they're really small and they would go through that gap pretty easily. Twiz is, I think, too interested in the boys. And Zelly, definitely too much of a troublemaker. See, this is looking like we might. She's so hard to tell. I might actually get her on a leash and walk her over to see the boys. She breeds with Bean, so that would work well. Let's see if we can find Link. He's been in here eating and just kind of hanging out, which is good. There he is. Hey, buddy. Are you happy not to be sexually harassed? I wish that I had a GoPro so that you guys could have seen all the just craziness that's happened in the last 2 hours. Just because it was so funny. Trying to get him over here, he was screaming his head off. I was having to carry him. He's about 50 pounds, so I was like, carry him a few feet and then set him down. Carry him a few feet, set him down. And he screamed like he was dying. He did. But I'm super excited that this is working. This is the only area that we could really do this particular setup in, just because it has 3 sides already, so it didn't take a whole lot. But this is really why I think I really need to invest in some electric fencing, whether it's net fencing or with this scoop, or just wire. Like, we have poly wire, we just don't have a charger, and I don't have the stakes. I have the clips that you can clip to T-posts, but I'm kind of more inclined to try the stakes because I want it to be portable. But yeah, so we already have the portable housing with the tote. They don't really like the plastic tote, but it works. Hi! I'm gonna bring a girl to see if she wants to go on a date with you, Bean. These guys are worn out from all the excitement, because, you know, they're pigs. But yeah. So this just happened. Should be fun to get them back. This food will not tempt them. Oh, so ready for this to be done so that I don't have to fight this every single day. And I don't even know how I got out. I probably just didn't close the gate very good. Goats. And it's just Twiz. Twiz is the only one that's interested. But, okay, so we'll have some fun putting them back. So it's supposed to rain this evening and tomorrow and cool way down, which I'm really excited about. It's been in the 50s in the morning here, which is typical late September, October weather. My parents are going to come next weekend. It's going to be cold and it's going to be great. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Just a little bit of how, just the functional piece of breeding a goat. What do you do? What does it look like? How long does it take? Not very long. If your goat's in standing heat, honestly 20-30 minutes, they're fine. Some people leave them for at least an hour. I like to know what date they bred on. So I am not going to leave a goat in there for several days. I know people that do it for like a week to 2 weeks. I don't. Their cycle's 21 days. They'll come back in heat in 21 days if they weren't bred. We'll do it again, and we'll do it again. I've never had anybody take more than 2 chances, and usually that's the first girl of the season, honestly. So Nani probably will be one that she may or may not take on the first time. Bunny last year was the very first girl to breed. She didn't take on the first time. It was fine. It's not a big deal. You just do it again. So hopefully 2 down. I think Zelda is in heat, so I'm going to walk her over and see if she's interested in being. So maybe 3 down today, which would be awesome. And that would leave, for sure, people that just, I really want to breed Bunny and Cece. And Pixie. So that would leave me 3. Fingers crossed to get Daisy bred. Haven't seen Poppy actually go into heat, so I don't know. She's still really small. Like, Padme is as big as she is, honestly. It's not going to hurt my feelings if she doesn't breed. And I'm hoping Link smells a lot like Buck. And I'm hoping that may send 1 or 2 of my other girls into heat, and we just get them all done. Which would be awesome. Really excited for goat babies in the spring. It's one of my favorite times of year. I'm really excited to share that with you guys. I think you'll really love it. If you have questions, leave me some questions in the comments if you're new. Suggestions, anything, it's fine. And, oh yeah, we got some lip curling going on. Okay. So that's all for today's video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure to leave me a comment and make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you know when I put out new videos. Ring that little notification bell so that you'll get notified. It really helps me out. The more people that interact with the video, the more YouTube promotes my videos, which is good. We're not interested in necessarily making money, but I just really have enjoyed this and would love to share goat knowledge, pig knowledge with other people. YouTube's helped me so much, and so many farmers have helped me through their YouTube channel to be more confident with this. There's such a big group of lady farmers out there, which is so awesome. And I'm just really enjoying being part of this community, or encourage other women or families, people that may have never thought about farming, to get started. So we'll see you guys in